Canelo claims that Prime versus Prime, he would have knocked out Floyd Mayweather. We're going to talk about that on this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. You guys see it on the screen. Canelo, I was born ready. He did an exclusive interview with Graham Bensinger, and he really went in on Oscar De La Hoya. Keep it locked on the channel. I got a lot to talk about. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening in boxing. I'm definitely going to talk about what he said about De La Hoya, but I'm going to save that for a different video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can come back for the latest and greatest content and everything that's happening in boxing. This is your one-stop shop. So DAZN, you know, they already got to doing what they do, which is clout chasing. And it says Canelo says he'd knock out Mayweather if they both fought at their prime. They made this graphic. Canelo is quoted as saying, if we both were at our prime, our best prime, he'd have nothing to do with me. I'd knock him out. This is what Canelo had to say. In my opinion, I think this is corny. I think this is lame. I think it's tired. And I like Canelo. You know, I think he's a terrific fighter. But I can't control what he does or tell him what to do. But me personally, I prefer him not even to go this route because, one, it looks like this loss where Mayweather schooled you, absolutely beat you down, and embarrassed you after you called him out for a year or two. It appears that this loss has haunted you, right? Because this fight happened, if I'm not mistaken, in 2013. That's almost a decade ago. And Canelo believes he's gotten better. So to put this statement out now, he thinks 10 years later. So now the fight is not realistic. You fight on an app. You have another fight coming up. Mayweather last night just announced that he's fighting Logan Paul. He's mid-40s, going on 50, you know what I'm saying, 45 or whatever age he is. So it's just not likely. You know, Canelo's last fight was at 168. Fight before that, he was at 168. And before that, he was at 175 at light heavyweight. Floyd, when he fought Canelo, I think he barely made I don't even know if he rehydrated to the catchweight. He was like 148, 150, 151, something like that. So we know Floyd's not the same dude, you know, or the same size. So it's a corny argument. And me personally, I tell you guys all the time, I don't like to really, I really didn't even want to make this video because it's corny. The whole thing is lame, it's corny. You had a chance, you had called him out, we seen what happened. You have a fight 2 weeks out, and in order to hype it up, you're bringing up another man's name. To me, that's just, nobody's talking about Canelo Saunders. That's the reality. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, they got announced, and that's considered to be the novelty fight. And you've seen it being posted by everybody and their mama on social media, like places like World Star and people that you don't know for covering boxing were all posting about Floyd's fight. So, you know, I'm just not big on clout chasing, and I'm not big on, look, there it is, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. World Star's posting about it, right? Everybody's talking about it. You got people that don't even talk boxing that are talking about this. So it's a bad look for Canelo, in my opinion. You got to fight 2 weeks out. Floyd keeps doing this to you where he's overshadowing your fight, announcing, like when he announced the Conor McGregor fight, that was 2-3 weeks before the Golovkin first fight. Now you're about to fight Saunders in 2 weeks. And he announced his fight yesterday, and you're talking about some mythical fight in your head, prime versus prime. I understand being a competitor. I don't personally like to lose either, but the world witnessed when you fought him. You have been calling him out. We've seen what happened. So to create this fake conversation, to me, like I said, it's just corny and it's not needed. Canelo's he's a good fighter in his own right. You still, to this day, have more fights than Floyd, and haven't done what Floyd has done in terms of fight the same amount of champions, former champions, current world champions, stuff like that. So it could just be that. So to me, Canelo, this is his last opponent, average Pilgrim, Avni Yildirim. You know, instead of focusing on Saunders, why is Mayweather even coming up? And the other reason why, like me, I tell you all the time, I don't like to really entertain a lot of subject matter more often than not, you know, that there's no real conclusion. There's no way to really prove it. Me being such a competitor, I want to see an end result. So we know Floyd Mayweather, you aren't going to fight years later when you're fighting at 168 and 175. You have one fight at 175 and you have several fights. So it's a lame conversation. And if we're talking prime versus prime, you know, this is all subjective. Some people would say Floyd's prime would be Pretty Boy Floyd era. So, you know, 130s and 135, a lightweight and stuff like that. So we're talking about, that's sad that a guy, look, it just said it right there, 167.6. So a guy who's weighing 167.6 is talking about prime versus prime, but you guys didn't naturally start at the same weight class. You know what I mean? So it's just a lame conversation. But moreover, it's lame based on the fact that it has no bearing on your current life. It looks like you're just haunted by the loss. You fought him, we watched it, and you look bad. People could say that Canelo has improved. That's fine. But at the same time, look who he's fighting, average Pilgrim and stuff. We still don't see you fight too many people that fight like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, there's no way to really duplicate Floyd. He sparred with Pernell Whitaker and, you know, all these top names. So Floyd is an anomaly. So I think it's cap anyway. I think Floyd would have beat him. I don't see what Canelo, like, even look at the Avni Yildirim fight, right? Avni Yildirim, he got retired on the stool. He didn't just get knocked out smooth. See, that's what I'm saying. I think people overstate Canelo's power. I think Canelo has power. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He has deceptively fast hands and stuff like that. But who is Canelo just put out their misery? Kirkland, Amir Khan, guys, you know, James Kirkland don't have Mayweather-type skills. He doesn't have Mayweather-type defense. So, you know what I mean? Even the Avni Yildirim, you didn't even knock him out. I mean, he knocked him out per the rules, but what I'm saying, he didn't actually knock him like unconscious is what I'm saying. So either way, it's a dumb argument. It's not going to happen. Looks like clout chasing, and you lost. I'm not here to beat around the bush. You lost. You had an opportunity. You called him out for 2 years, and you lost. You took the big fat L. The only L on your record, even though there should be more, was a loss to Floyd Mayweather. The only one that certified actually beat you was Floyd Mayweather. I think other guys did beat Canelo, Triple G in the first fight, Edeslani Lara, my personal opinion. But in the end, I'm not going to baby fighters. You lost. So I don't really care to, like I say, have prolonged conversations about something. There's no time machine that puts Canelo in Mayweather's era where they grew up at the same time and they're at the weight at the same time, you know, so it played out how it played out. You fought him, you lost. End of story. Let me know what you guys think of my video. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome browser extension to help you level up your YouTube content. I use it daily for videos like this. If you want to be on this platform, you should want your content to get out there, get seen. TUBEBUDDY can help with that. It takes money to make money. Always listen to me. Always invest in yourself. I'm always going to say that. You know, I learned too much doing this YouTube and, you know, entrepreneurial endeavors and stuff. So I'm always going to tell you all that. So Canelo, like I said, he's a good fighter, great fighter. Seems to be a good guy, but it's lame, it's corny talking about Floyd Mayweather when we've seen what happened. Because once again, what you're saying is pure conjecture. This is your personal opinion, and you have no way to actually prove what you're saying. There's not going to be a rematch. Floyd's fighting Logan Paul. He's already whooped you. There's not even a need, based on how the first fight looked, there's not even really a need for a rematch. You know what I mean? So this is merely Canelo trying to save face and, you know, swallow his pride and rally the fans and La Raza and different things like that to open up a conversation that doesn't really need to be open. You lost, case closed. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. You dig, we working.